Hi, Seth from Rockstars. Car got really close. Anyway, so one of the things that we do here at Rockstars to help invest in our business is we buy and sell things for packaging, and we go off and ship them off to UPS or USPS is what it is?
Usually USPS.
Yeah, and we make little bits of money from there so that we can invest in things like new microphones, new plugins for our studio, like the virtual ones, hardware, even invest in us, like, you know, new nails, you know. Anyway, that's one of the small things like that kind of make up a bigger part of this entire company that we're doing here, is just the little behind the scenes moments like this. Everything that we do isn't always exciting. There's a lot of grunt work involved. Currently, like right now, we're going to he's grunting, I don't know if you can tell the joke, but currently right now we're going to different stores just trying to find shelves. That's it, just for organization. It's not too glamorous. And find stickers to label memory cards, because you do not understand, or you might, how much storage space we need for the amount of footage that we are taking. So this is really cool. Do you see this thing right here? All right, you see how there's a square box around my face and it like is detecting where I'm looking, right? This isn't just for fun. It is a useful tool. So basically when you listen to a song, hi, I'm right here. When you listen to a song, there are different placements of sounds around you, right? Relative to you, and you can't move and listen to the differences. It's usually fixed, right? So the stuff that's panned over to the left and right and in front of you stay exactly where they are to the duration of the song, unless they, you know, actually changed it for the song. But what this thing allows you to do, right, is you play a song and it keeps track of where you're looking. So if you have headphones, you can actually pinpoint very specific, I would say, surroundings, sounds.
You're picking out the issues. What it's doing is showing you where the flaws are. That's why you get a song and it sounds great on the stereo here.
Yeah.
And then sounds terrible when you get it in your car. Okay? It's because you don't hear what you don't hear. This allows you to hear why it might sound different if it was a little bit balanced this way, or whatever, right? So that you're hearing all of the flaws, and when you can turn your head and it sounds good from every direction, you did it.
So it's like cheating, but not.
Definitely not.
Not cheating. Look at that though. Isn't that cool? I am amazed by just the fact that it can track my face. Not well, but it still does it. That's awesome.
I thought I had an idea of what I was doing, and then I kept working for the last 7 months and realized I had no clue. So harsh, it's poorly balanced, it's poorly mixed, and it's the kind of thing that even just doing this, you can hear the difference. Like giving me the headphones, it's already terrible.
So this is basically your first ever mix.
Yep.
Man, this is, I want you to save this track somewhere, and just so you can compare where you started from. Because this, compared to the stuff that we have now, is insane.
I agree.
Show something that you have now.
I think this is, let's see. That must be one of the more recent.
Free fall, free fall. Just in comparison, it's so much clearer.
That was the rough. That's actually been changed a lot since then as well. So, yeah. Bass is totally different. This was extremely bass heavy for all the wrong reasons. Very poorly balanced guitars, didn't even sound like the same room. And even the one that we just listened to, between last week and this, we decided to do different things about the vocals. I used double tracking because it was there.
What is double tracking?
2 voices at the same time. You sing the line and then you sing the exact same line, and it just makes it thicker. And that is part of what most studio magic has been for like 60 years, right?
And that's different than reverb and
Different than all of it, because the whole idea is that it makes it just sound thicker. So most of the radio songs, if they just recorded the person singing at one time, their voice isn't strong enough, especially for rock stuff. Classic rock, they would always double track the vocals because it made it just thicker. Ozzy Osbourne's a good example. He always sounds double tracked, yes. So they would do that with guitars. Sometimes Randy Rhoads from Ozzy's band would do his guitar solos maybe even 4 times in a row just to have enough volume to be heard. Otherwise it would just sound weak. It would, you know, like, I mean, there's ways around it now and other ways to approach it. But it is really, 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 really important to make sure that it is balanced. And part of having it balanced is you don't just leave everything in the middle. If everything is just here, it's going to sound pretty boring. So we space things out and move things around to help give some depth to it. And that way it's not like all like a whole like basketball team trying to fit through the front entrance of the doors at the same time, right? Crammed into each other and, you know, like give them space, walk one at a time. But some things can go through that door one at a time and some things can't. Some things need to stay in the middle and be loud like a kick drum or a snare. Snare, you can have a little bit of reverb. Kick typically does not get reverb. Hats typically do not get reverb because you want them up close. Voice can be kind of a combination, but typically the voice itself is going to be pretty upfront present. And then if you do any reverb, it doesn't necessarily go directly on the voice so much as send a small portion of the signal to something that then adds reverb, so you still have clarity on the voice itself, but then the effect is somewhere else, right?
wow. So. A lot to process there. And I don't know what to say. Okay, let me think what I'm gonna say. See, just alone, let alone just everything that he just said, he would not understand any of the things, any of the words. Well, maybe some of them.
Not many.
Not many though.
Not many.
Of the words that he just spoke to me and all of like the actual dynamics of how it works. A year ago, nothing. This is just proof of the progress that we are getting. And it's all because of that man.
That man.